It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
All right, well, a good morning to you. It is the Fish Florida Show, an honor and a privilege to be with you this morning. Thank you for taking the time to tune in. We have a variety of guests that will be with us throughout the show today, telling us a wide variety of information about what's going on around us. And you can find us here every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m., a wide variety of ways to listen to the show. The easiest of all of them, believe it or not, is we have a free app. You can download the app, and from the app you can listen to the show. But the app is not just for listening to the show. The app is a powerful tool that you can have in the palm of your hand that gives you a variety of information. It just about anything going on outdoors, you're going to find information in that app, whether it's the tide, whether it's the weather, the temperatures, things of that nature. You'll find it there in that app, absolutely free. One of the things that really irks me is people tell you, oh, it's a free download. You download it for free. It doesn't cost you anything to download. But then when you go to use it, that's a different story. That's not the story with the Fish Florida app. It's free to download. It's free to use. And it is a powerful tool to have in the palm of your hands. Looking at the radar this morning, we've got some heavy weather going on, probably about 100 miles, 50 to 100 miles offshore, running parallel to the shore on the east coast of Florida. Other than that, according to NOAA, we are looking at winds about 5 to 10 knots today, becoming southeast in the afternoon. They're saying the seas are going to be less than 2 feet. And tonight it's going to be about 5 to 10 again, seas less than 2 feet. So we've got a nice, hot, humid day. A typical Florida day, right? We've got a nice, hot, humid day to get out to enjoy it. There are no major warnings at the beaches today. The very low risk for rip currents today. The only thing that they ask you to be careful of is some of these beaches do have rocks, so just be aware of that. So it's going to be a wonderful day to get out there and enjoy. And if you're at the beach, it'll be a great way to cool off because it's going to be a warm one. I think the high today is going to be in the 90s. So we are back into that. We're back into that pattern where it's just a scorcher during the day. You know, I kid people, my friends from up north. I tell them we have 2 seasons in Florida. We have hot and hotter, and we're in the hotter right now. I don't know if we're going to get even hotter than this, but took a walk this morning, first thing in the morning, and opened that door, and my goodness, there it was, hit you right in the face like walking into a sauna. So anyway, it is the Fish Florida Show. This morning I have Pam Wirtz. She's one of the top female kayak anglers. She is always so generous to spend her time with me and give me a unique perspective because she is someone who's literally at the water's edge. And I think she may be on a boat this morning. I'm going to check in with her and find out. Good morning, Miss Pam.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm here with Laura and Patty Gale and Captain Tony Brinkley. And we're about to do Captain Lori Denton's Ladies Tournament. It's a fundraiser for cancer, so we're all very excited about that. And we're just about to shove off.
Wow.
It's beautiful. The sun is up. It's hot as all get out. But I don't see a cloud in the sky. It's great.
I'm looking at the radar. There's really nothing on you. Now, just so people know, Pam is on the West Coast. I am on the East Coast. So we have both coasts covered here. And we even have someone down in the Keys that helps us know what's going on down there as well. So I'm seeing nothing on your side of the state at all. The only disturbance I'm seeing is on our side of the state, and it's well offshore. It doesn't appear to be headed towards us. Actually, it appears to be headed out towards the ocean. So it looks like it's going to be a day relatively of rain. Get out there and enjoy it while you can. I'm curious, the tournament that you're going to be fishing, is it a tournament? Is that what it is?
It is. It's a ladies' tournament. Only the ladies are allowed to touch the rods, the reels, and boat the fish. But we do have a guy captain, which is very cool. He's been around forever. And hold on a minute. Let me see if he's got a quick game plan for us before we leave the dock.
Okay.
This is Captain Tony.
All right.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Game plan is to try to go catch some snook and mackerel and trout and whatever else we can find and wait for the tide to start moving and go from there and just keep hitting and missing until we get them going.
Wow, that sounds great. So that's my adventure for today. I'll send you some pictures. I sent you pictures of the sailfish that we caught earlier in Pompano, right?
Yes, I saw that. I think you mentioned the kayak you were in was a little over 13 feet, and you see a picture of this thing both on out of the water and in the water. It's got to be, I don't know, what, 3/4 the length of the kayak?
Yeah, and it might get a little loud when the engine starts up, so I'm letting you know that.
Okay.
I might have to keep calling back in for reports.
Yep.
But I'll have Captain Tony also and the ladies, Patty, Gail, and Laura, call in with reports on what we're catching and send you photos, okay?
Excellent. That'll work perfectly. And we'll make sure
I don't know if you can hear the background, but we got about 4 boats here all trying to launch at the same time.
Well, I'll take whatever you send me. We'll put it up on the Facebook page, and you can have copies of it there. The shows are always archived, by the way. You can find the archives at thefishfloridashow.com. And anything that you miss, you can always catch up there, fishfloridashow.com. I mentioned earlier the ways that you can listen to the show. One of them was to download the app. The other way you can listen to the show, most of you, I think, use this particular method. This seems to be one of the easiest ways, is just to go to Facebook, find our page on Facebook, and you'll see a Contact Us button there. Click on the Contact Us button, and you'll listen live right on the live player. Those of you who are... Go ahead, Pam.
I was just going to say, I'm Patty Gale. With me right now, my 2 partners, and I want to tell you, they're very cute-looking chicks. It's just me, the old person, with them. But get a little strategy on what Patty thinks she's going to do today, okay? This is
Cool.
Patty Gale.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. No, we're going to do it. It's a team effort, so we're just going to support each other, catch all the fish that we can. We got a great captain, and we're hitting the water. It's beautiful out. And it's exciting to update you as we go throughout the day.
Well, I'd like to be there with you guys, but I don't know if I could handle all of those women at the same time.
It's a hot boat. Let me tell you what, we're a hot mess, but we're going to rock it today.
Oh my goodness! So, Pam, I think the captain said first snook. Is that the first thing you're going after?
Well, hold on. Let me get that to him so we get right out of the captain's mouth. What? They want to know what you're targeting first?
We're probably going to target snook first and then go from there, but we're going to try to get some snook first and then maybe some trout and, whatever variety, whatever we can get going.
Great. We have Leiza Fitzgerald with CCA of Florida coming on later, and I believe we may have a winner in one of the redfish contests. I think we may have a winner, grand prize winner. I don't know what they're going to win yet, but it could be anything from a car to a boat. Wow. I'm kind of excited to hear about what she's got to say. And you're in that area, right, Pam? Are you in that?
That's right.
Yeah.
We brought, Laura here has brought her CCA marker with us. So if we do catch a redfish, we're gonna look for the tag, and we'll be able to document it. Laura, you did bring it, right?
Yes. Yes, I brought the paper. We're excited. We're ready to get out there, get some big ones, and just have some fun.
Well, I wish you well. I wish you good luck. Tight lines, and I am so excited for you guys. I have a sneaky suspicion, only because I'm kind of prejudiced towards Pam. I have a sneaky suspicion you girls will put the rest of them to shame today, having Pam on board with you. She really knows her stuff forwards, backwards, and inside out. So I think you have an unfair advantage, if you will, over the other guys.
I like that.
Well, there's some dang good lady anglers out here, and we're in Captain Tony's hands. So we're just going to come along and do what he says and just have a good day of it. Fellowship.
Enjoy it.
We're about to really get windy here. I'm going to cross the corner, and then we're going to get up to plane speed.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to be able to hear anything but the wind in about 10 seconds. So I'm going to sign off right here. Okay?
All right. Thank you, Pam. God bless you. Have a wonderful day out there. Save some fish for the rest of them now.
Okay. Say hi to Leiza for me, please.
I'll do it. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, that is Pam Worth. She is my co-host. Today she's going to be in a situation where it doesn't sound too good for her to be on the phone and with us the entire time. So she'll call in and give us an update. In the meantime, I believe I have the one and only Robert Warner with Florida Fisherman Magazine. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning. How's everybody doing?
We are doing good, my friend. Pam was just on the phone with me, and she's over on the West Coast doing a tournament over there put on by Captain Lori. A tournament for all ladies. So I'm always...
yeah, she sent me a picture of a sailfish she caught on her kayak the other day.
Isn't that impressive, huh?
Yeah, it was.
And I understand today is a special day for Robert.
Yes, it is my birthday.
Oh, my. And what have we got planned today?
Just visiting with the kids. I don't get to see them that often, so.
Oh, God bless you. Yep.
We went up to Orlando yesterday and saw my son, and my daughter will be here today, so.
That's great. So spend a
Just
little
visiting.
time. Spend a little time with the kids is probably one of the best things that we can do. And by the way, I have something for you here. Let me see if I can get it up.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Robin. Happy birthday to you.
And I hope you have many more, my friend. And I thank you so much. I'm so appreciative of you. Every Sunday, you're there for me and sharing the information that you have. It's really something that is vital to the show, and it is an important part for me to rely on somebody like you who has a wide variety of knowledge about what's going on in the area, I guess because of the magazine that you do. And you're in contact with all these people and always bringing fresh information in. So I'm ever so grateful. I wish you a wonderful, happy birthday, my friend.
Well, I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
So
this much I can tell you. If anybody has not looked, there are mahi everywhere. So if you're out to go dolphin fishing, this is your time. Because
I keep
they are
hearing
everywhere,
that. Yeah.
all up and down the East Coast. So
anything else going on that you're aware of?
there's tournaments going on just about everywhere. There's some going on down in the Keys. They had the Father's Day tournament last weekend, which was really good. There's Tom Thumb tournaments going on in a couple of days, next weekend, I believe. There's a lot of tournaments that, again, you can go to either Summer Warrens or the FWC and check the tournament schedules, and just a lot of stuff going on.
Were you able to get any info? I got a very little bit from Pam, but the kayak tournament, were you there for that?
I was not.
Okay. So I'm going to have, hopefully I'll get Joe Hector. He's the one who puts it on. We'll have him on next week and give us details about what happened.
Speaking of kayaks, I don't know if anybody saw that picture of the kayak that melted in the bed of the guy's truck.
No.
If anybody ever wants to know how hot it is here, he had the kayak in the bed of his truck, and the one half was in his truck, and the other half it had melted in the middle, and the other half was touching the ground behind his truck.
Wow.
So anybody ever wants to know how hot it gets here, that's how hot it gets here. So.
Wow. So the area, the truck, the metal of the truck is what got it, is what heated it up? Is that what it is?
Well, I think just sitting in the sun and the probably the metal from the bed of the truck, but he had it in the bed of his truck, and the kayak was probably a 12 or 13 foot truck, or a 12 or 13 foot kayak with a 6 foot bed on the truck. So he just sat it in the bed of his truck.
About halfway, yeah.
Right in the middle,
my
it just sort
goodness.
of melted, and
so now
had one end touching the ground and the other end in the bed of his truck.
So now it's in the shape of an L.
Yes. It is no longer a kayak. It is now some sort of a digging device.
It's no longer in the shape of an I. It's in the shape of an L.
No, not at all.
It's climbing up the alphabet. Oh, the other day I was out there on these boards, these electronic boards that they have. We have one here in Royal Palm Beach. I was driving by, looked over at the board, and had all these announcements about what's going on, and then it flashed the temperature. And now when the billboard tells you it's 100 degrees, you know it's hot out there. The billboard was saying 100, because a lot of times they won't say what it really is. They'll say 95, and it's really like 102 out. But that billboard was showing 100 degrees. So I said, oh, my goodness, it is definitely a scorcher. And I had mentioned at the beginning of the show, every morning I have to take my dog out. He's a high-energy dog, so I've got to get rid of some of that energy, otherwise I'll be in trouble. I opened that door this morning, and it was like a sauna. Boom, hit you in the head.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty heavy duty. But other than that, we're going to have great weather. It's going to be hot, but that's what that's what it's about here in Florida. It's going to be hot.
It's summer, and it's Florida, and it's going to be hot.
Yeah, but it's going to be a great day to get out there and enjoy it. If you're going to go to the beach, today's going to be a great day for the beach, because you get all warmed up and hot and bothered, and you just jump in the water and cool off and come back out and enjoy it some more.
If you're going to the beach, you should be there now.
It's going to get really warm in a little while. You know, what amazed me is how hot the sand gets when you're out there. I was really shocked at how hot the sand gets. Being the sand, generally speaking, is kind of a whitish color, kind of reflects heat, but it really absorbs I was out there walking in my bare feet, and I literally thought I burned the bottom of my feet. It was so hot. I couldn't believe it. So be aware of that.
Sidewalks are hot this time of year. You know, you can't walk on a sidewalk either barefoot. So.
Keep bear that in mind. Keep just understand that it gets pretty hot out there on that sand. So the Florida Fisherman magazine, we have the latest version is out. They can be found.
We're working on the next one right now. The next one will be out July 1st. I'll be working on that all week next week, and with some help from some friends, obviously. But we'll be working on it all week next week, and should be out right around July 1st or 2nd.
So it's probably too late to submit for the next one, but the following one, if you have a fishing story or something that you'd like to share, Robert is always willing to. I'm not going to guarantee you he'll print it for you, but I will guarantee you he's willing to look at it, and if it fits along the lines of what he's doing, they'll print it in there. They'll put it in the magazine for you, and you'll get the accolades. And the magazine will get some interesting information. So if you've got something you want to share with him, where do they send that, Robert?
They send it to pages@flfishmag.com. And all of the articles in there and everything is submitted by you, the people. You know, we are we the people.
I like that. Yeah. A magazine.
Everything that's in the magazine is sent in by someone. So we appreciate it all. And there's a section in there called Readers Features where people just send in pictures of their biggest fish, their smallest fish, their weirdest fish, their whatever. So you can send those pictures too. You can send them to the same place, pages@flfishmag.com, and we'll get them into the Readers Features section. So.
And there are some very interesting stories in the area. The one that I'm thinking of particularly right now, what's her name? Stephanie Lynn? Is that the young lady that snorkels?
Yep, she does an article every month.
Yep. This is a young lady. I think she's in her late 20s. She snorkels out in the ocean. She goes out in the ocean and then will spear fish. She speared, the one I'm thinking of right now is a huge dolphin. She speared a dolphin out there in the middle of the ocean. Now, the reason I'm saying this is that you couldn't pay me enough money to do that. The first thing that happens if you've ever had any experience with dolphin, and when I'm talking about dolphin, those of you who are not familiar, we're talking about mahi-mahi. We're not talking about bottlenose dolphin. We're talking about an edible.
Not flipper.
Yeah, not flipper.
Yeah.
But the first thing that happens with these is the first wound they get is they bleed like crazy. So here, imagine being out in the ocean, and God knows how many feet of water that you're in, and you hit one of these things, and you're probably down 15, 20 feet. Now we've got blood all through the water. Guess what the first thing? The first thing the sharks and they can smell that from miles away. So God bless her. She's got a lot more fortitude and a heck of a lot more. She's a lot braver than I am. I wouldn't be doing that. But again, the reason I bring it up is it's interesting. I've never heard of anybody doing anything like that.
Yeah, there's a great article this month on a guy that they went out fishing and got something unexpected. They ended up with a huge bluefin tuna on that they had to fight for hours. That's a pretty good story too, and there's some good stuff in there. So, and every month I want to thank Carolyn and Lewis Arnold, who do the family fishing stuff for us every month. They write a great article and send pictures of them and their kids out fishing every month. And
great!
I just wanted to say thank you to them. They do a great job every month. And
yeah, well, for me,
we're going to go up and we're going to have them on the cover here sometime soon. So we're going to go up there sometime next month and shoot some pictures and a video with them. And
cool.
They're really great people. They're up in Vero Beach, and they fish with their kids almost constantly, and they're out almost every day with them. But it's great. They're an inspiration to families out there and how to do this. So.
For me, that's one of the main reasons I do the show. Is growing up, I've said many times, growing up, fishing was a vital component in my life. My mom loved it. My dad loved it. I fell in love with it. My brother fell in love with it. So we would go as a family and do it all as a family together. Something as a family that you're experiencing, all the same experience, all at the same time. In my life, it was a way that the family bonded together. It was a way for the family to fight off the attacks, because whether people want to believe it or not, it is absolutely true, and I'll make no excuses about it. The family unit is under attack more and more and more, now more than ever. So whatever we can do to retain those relationships. And to me, fishing was just a great way. It's an enjoyable thing. It's very relaxing. It was just a great way to help those bonds, strengthen those bonds. You have a good time. You share the experience. And many times, they're lifelong memories. I still remember some of the fishing trips that my dad took me on. And
absolutely
many years ago.
Absolutely. Yep, I grew up fishing with my father, and I'm sure a lot of other people did too. And it's great memories, and it's a great way to spend a day. It's much better than sitting in front of a television all day.
Yeah, and which most of us are surrounded by some kind of electronics. If it's not the blasted phone, it's a monitor and a computer all day long. How many days a week? Get away from all that and enjoy what God has given us. A beautiful place to live. Great place to go fishing. My goodness, we're surrounded by water on three sides. So if water is not one of your most favorite things, you're in the wrong place.
You should probably move to Iowa. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break now. Robert, you're welcome to hang on because Pam is going to be calling in and out. So if you want to step in for co-host, you're more than welcome. But if you've got prior commitments, I also understand.
Well, I've got some commitments. I might be back in a little bit, but right now I've got some folks waiting on me. So. All
right. Well, thank you, Robert. I greatly appreciate what you do. A happy birthday to you, my friend. God bless you.
I appreciate that very much, Riscala. Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
All right.
You're listening to the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
Grace has some pretty stellar arms, like Serena Williams good, but her face is pretty disgusting.
Someone please tell him to go back into his closet and leave us alone.
Brittany's face is so stupid and I hate her so much. It's like a scientist created her in a lab to annoy humanity and didn't even do that good of a job.
Megan reminds me of a troll doll that came to life intent on killing us with her stupidity.
Why is Grace's head so big? It definitely has nothing to do with how smart she is and probably everything to do with how bloated she is.
He's so funny. Just kidding. Who would find this disfigured flamingo funny?
Never post a selfie of yourself. You look so ugly.
The only reason you have so many views is because we think you're a freak and we can't look away.
Megan is the main reason that the world sucks so much.
I would rather get cancer than listen to another Trevor Moran song.
You are a mistake. You should have never been born.
Drown yourself in a shallow puddle, please.
Wow, I hope she's sterile.
These really stopped being funny a long time ago.
You're so much more than the things that people say about you.
Those people have no right to say cruel things to you to make themselves feel better.
It's okay that you sound different than everyone else.
That's what makes you so special.
We will not tolerate it.
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 Every day, people make me feel like I stand out simply because of the way that I look.
Every day, people make me feel small.
Every day, I face the cruel words of bullying.
And every day, people tell me that I'm brave for enduring this humiliation.
But we're not the brave ones.
It's the ones that say no to the bullying.
The witnesses.
If we all join together, there's nothing that we can't do. We will no longer be the silent majority.
When we see bullying online,
we will let the world know that we're going to take action with the eye.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
Our actions will overpower cruel words.
I am a witness.
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 There is power in words.
But it's nothing compared to the power of the actions that we put behind our words.
Visit eyewitnessbullying.org to learn more.
I am a witness, and so are you.
I'm gonna stand by you.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
We have ignition. Strap in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on. When the sun shines all day. They call me a grouper. So I'm fishing and blowing on. Oh yeah.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
It is the Fish Florida Show, an honor and a privilege to have you tuning in and listening. One of the things that I mentioned earlier, one of the things in my life that we enjoyed as a family is to go fishing. It doesn't take a lot. You don't necessarily have to have a boat. You don't have to have an expensive outfit of any kind. You can really do it as simple as a hand line. I mean, there were times when I would go fishing, we would take just a hand line. Many times, I was fortunate enough to grow up around saltwater canals, so whatever was in the bay was in the canals, just about. Anything from barracuda to shark to sailfish. We even had a couple of sailfish end up in the canals. They ended up dying, unfortunately, because they couldn't get their way back out. But just about anything was in the bay was in the canal, so we had access to a wide variety of species there. And many times we'd go fishing, literally just take a fishing rod or what I called a yo-yo, a hand line, and a bucket to put the fish in, and a tackle box. Didn't take bait. We get our own bait when we got there, and from that point forward, we just catch whatever we catch. Back in the days, when we did that, I caught anything from snapper, grouper. I caught, yellowtails, grunts, just about, again, anything that was in the bay was in these canals. And it was a tremendous amount of fun for me, as well as it was a quick dinner. My mom, God bless her, I would bring the fish home, she would clean them and cook them for me. How many do you want me to cook? That kind of thing. It's 2 or 3 going to be enough? You want to, feed the whole family? It's up to you. And many times we just did it as a family. We sat down as a family and we'd have dinner from the fish that I caught. It was always something that was beneficial to me one way or another. It kept me out of trouble because back in those days, it was not uncommon for kids back in those days during the summertime. The sun comes up, you leave the house, you're gone all day long. The sun comes down, you come home. We didn't have Xboxes and cell phones and all these things. We had to keep ourselves busy, and some of us found ourselves busy doing the wrong things and got in trouble. So going fishing kind of kept me out of that area, and kind of kept me on the straight and narrow, if you will. And it's something, again, that as a family we enjoyed. And I know from my experience, here in Florida, I'm a former foster parent, and so I've seen what happens to families when they're under the duress of some of the pressures that our society does. These are ways to kind of relieve that pressure, get away from it all for a little while. A lot of times, if you go fishing, it's relatively quiet. Especially if you don't take the electronics with you. If you just kind of devote yourself to relaxing and enjoying, a little bit of sun, you may want to take an umbrella on a day like today. It's going to be a little warm today, but you enjoy some sun, you enjoy the nature that God has given us. If you're fortunate enough to catch a couple of fish, you got some dinner going on. It's an all-around great experience, and especially if you take your kids with you. I'm a big supporter of doing it with the kids because there's a lot of things to pull them in the wrong directions, and these are ways that they can learn a variety of things. They can learn patience. They can learn a skill. They can learn what happens. Sometimes, unfortunately, it happens in fishing. You hook something, and you feel like you got a really big one on there, and you're fighting with it, and boom, it's gone. Line snaps, or you had the fish hooked, but it wasn't hooked quite well enough, and the hook came out of its lip. And it's kind of a disappointment. Well, that helps you kind of live with, life has disappointments. It's part of life. There are times when things go great and you get all that excitement, but there are times also things don't go so great. You have some plans out there, you put some bait on that hook, and you're expecting to catch whatever it is, and unfortunately, when it's all said and done, you didn't. So it's a way that you can reflect upon life as well. The excitement of going fishing, the excitement of hooking a fish, and then sometimes the disappointment because the fish got to catch a break too, right? So sometimes they win, and you have to learn to live with that and not allow that to beat you up, so to speak, and move forward and say, okay, well, that they got that one. I'll just keep fishing. I'll just keep going. Anyway, on days like today, because it is so hot out there, a lot of people will wear sunscreen. I was hoping to have Captain Ron call in, and he was going to tell us a little bit about a sunscreen product. He has a product called Skeeter Beater, and he also has a product that works with Skeeter Beater, and Skeeter Beater basically is a product to keep the mosquitoes away, but he has a sunscreen product that I didn't know about. Again, one of the reasons I love doing the show, I'm always learning. I didn't know about this. I do now, but I didn't until they told me about it. There are products out there that are sunscreen products that you wear to help protect your skin from getting too much ultraviolet rays that are detrimental not only to the human body, but they're detrimental to the actual reefs. They actually begin a destruction of the reefs, and that this has become such an issue that there are places where sunscreen is banned. Commercial sunscreen is banned. They don't want you wearing it because it's damaging the reefs. Captain Ron has a product that does not damage the reefs. If I remember correctly, I think it was accepted by the Hawaii, whoever handles that issue up there in the beaches, but it was accepted by Hawaii on the beaches so that it doesn't do damage to the beach. It also is a natural. One of the things I don't like about mosquito repellents, many of them, if you look at the ingredients, you'll see that it has this product in it called DEET, D-E-E-T. DEET is a very toxic product, and again, it depends on your sensitivity to it, but people have been paralyzed from it. People have just been sick from it. In any regard, it's not something that I would want to put on my body just to keep mosquitoes off. You're looking at what is the threat that you're dealing with versus the advantage that you're dealing with. You may have permanent damage using this stuff. You may be somebody, I got to tell you, I'm one that used it for many years, never had, that I'm aware of, never had any issues with it. But then I've had friends of mine who've used it and broken out in a rash. They've had to go to the emergency room. So again, it depends upon the sensitivity of your body. But the bottom line is these are toxic chemicals that I would prefer not to put on my body. And if there's an alternative, especially if that alternative is something that's not harmful, safe for children. It's one of the things that if you look at some of these products out there, you got to just keep away from children and particular age groups. You have to be 5 or older, 7 or older, something like that. We don't have that issue with Captain Ron's product. It's an all-natural product. It doesn't use toxic chemicals. Safe for children, safe for humans, safe for the water. When we're talking about water here in South Florida, again, we're surrounded by 3 sides on water. If you're not here for the water, you're here for the wrong reasons because it's just nowhere that you can go here in Florida without running into some kind of water, whether it's a lake, whether it's a canal, whether it's the ocean, the bay. It's everywhere. And if we don't take care of the water, our bodies are how many percentage water? We won't be taking care of ourselves. And one of the ways that we can do that is to just be aware of what we put on our body. Today, people are going to be wearing sunscreen, I promise you. No doubt. It is a scorcher out there today. Put something on your body that's not going to be toxic to your body, not going to be toxic to the environment. It's safe for children. Skeeterbeater.com, I believe, is where you can find it. Captain Ron Weintraub, Skeeterbeater.com. You can reach him online and ask him about his product. For me, it really is a hands-down kind of thing. It doesn't require a lot of a lot of time to make a decision. This is something that is safe for children, safe for the environment, versus the alternatives that are out there, which are not. They're generally speaking, they have toxic chemicals in them. Generally speaking, they're not safe for you. They're not safe for the water. So this is an alternative that you can get, something that's doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. I wanted him to kind of reintroduce. He has a new product coming out where I think he's going to offer it as a service. They'll come out to your place if you're going to have a gathering of some sort, whether that's a fishing tournament or maybe a party, a yard party or a wedding or something of that nature, and you're in an area like I am. I'm in an area where the mosquitoes will fly away with you if you're not careful out there. They'll come out and they'll spray the area, again, with the non-toxic stuff. This is what I like about it. It's non-toxic. Spray the area, and from what I understand, it lasts as long as the next time it rains. So if that's 3 or 4 days, it'll last you 3 or 4 days. It keeps the mosquitoes away and allows you to enjoy your gathering and without having to put something directly on your skin. This is something he's looking into, and I think he'll have that available here. And I think maybe already. If not, he's working diligently on it to have it available. So it's something that you put it in a fogger, you fog the area, and it drives all the mosquitoes away. I'm getting ready to test this product because I have a dog, and like I mentioned earlier, toxic chemicals just don't go well with me. And one of the main problems we have here in Florida are ticks, fleas and ticks, and this year's supposed to be really bad. So he has a product for pets. I just ordered some of his product. We're going to test it. We're going to find out, and I'll let you know. Because I refuse to put these collars, some of these collars that are out there, read up on them before you decide to put one on your dog. Again, some dogs are fine. It's just like with people. Some people are fine. They put the DEET on. They put the whatever it is, whatever the name brand is that has that in it, and there's never a side effect for them. Other people, they just think about it and they break out. So it depends on the individual. My preference is just to stay away from it anytime I can. And when there's alternatives out there that you can use that don't have it, but yet do the same job, why not? I don't think it requires a brain surgeon to figure that out. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, hopefully I will have Leiza Fitzgerald on with me, and she tells me that somebody may have won one of the grand prizes in the tournament that CCA of Florida sponsors, and she'll tell us a little bit more about that. One of the things I love about the people that come on the show, they're out there to make everything better for everybody. And when we have a situation like that where everybody benefits, I mean, when it's all said and done, really it's kind of selfish because I'm part of everybody. You're part of everybody. When everybody benefits, that's the kind of programs that I like to support, and she has a program like that where everybody benefits. I've never heard of a fishing tournament where you can pick up trash and gives you an opportunity to win money for picking up trash. Now, what advantage is that? Pick up trash. It benefits the environment. Excuse me. It benefits the environment. It benefits the people who are utilizing the environment. It makes us feel better because instead of walking into an area that's full of trash, we walk into an area that's, hopefully it's pristine and the water is nice and clean. It gives you that feeling of, oh man, this is great. So imagine that, having a tournament where you can get paid for picking up trash. That's the kind of stuff I love it. Anyway, we're going to take a break. Going to be a quickie. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Being a dad is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise? Ooh.
Surprise! Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I wasn't sure if I could do it.
I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but the teachers, the counselors, they help you. One of the teachers was Miss Araceli. Miss Araceli, she gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll come over and she'll sit there with you until you get it. Thank you, Miss Araceli. I know you make a difference in people's lives because of the person and teacher you are. I wanted to be here because I wanted to thank you for helping me get a beautiful gift. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work. Getting your high school diploma, it is a life-changing experience. It really is.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Have you ever heard of Audible? Audible is a website with hundreds of thousands of audiobooks. They're all high quality, easy to listen to, and, best of all, if you take advantage of a special deal that we've worked out for you, you can get one for free. That's right, a free audiobook of your choice in any genre, simply by going to audibletrial.com/openeyes and signing up for the free trial. It's simple to do, and it would support the shows that we bring to you, and hey, you get a free book out of the whole thing. So why not take advantage of it today? Go to audibletrial.com/openeyes and sign up for the trial.
Ask 10 different scientists about the environment, population control, genetics, and you'll get 10 different answers. But there's one thing every scientist on the planet agrees on. Whether it happens in 100 years, or 1,000 years, or 1,000,000 years, eventually our sun will grow cold and go out. When that happens, it won't just take us. It'll take Marilyn Monroe, and Lao Tzu, and Einstein, and Morobuto, and Buddy Holly, and Aristophanes. All of this was for nothing. Unless we go to the stars.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Leiza Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
While other stations just talk a good game, we win it.
Hey, sounds like somebody's having a lot of fun. I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on. When the sun shines all day.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
All right, we are back. It is the Fish Florida Show. Good morning to you if you're just joining us. We are here every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Usually I have Pam Worth. She's one of the top female kayak anglers. I normally have her on as my co-host. It's such a pleasure to have her. She's out there on a boat somewhere on the West Coast. Fishing in a ladies tournament. And she may be calling in shortly here and giving us an update as to what's going on. In the meantime, I have someone else who has some exciting news, I believe, and that's Leiza Fitzgerald with CCA of Florida. They have a unique tournament that I had mentioned just before the break where you can actually win money for nothing more than picking up trash. That is amazing. That's the kind of stuff that I love to hear. Good morning, Miss Leiza.
Well, good morning, Riscala. How are you?
I am doing well, my dear.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, so am I. I am so thrilled to announce that we do have a potential winner in the CCA Florida Star competition.
Hot dog.
We have a gentleman who has been registered and a CCA member for the last 3 years. He was registered and in the competition this year when he went out of Pasco County, and on his third redfish wound up having a CCA Florida Star 2019 tagged redfish on the end of his line.
Wow.
So Yeah, the guy is really excited. And, since he is the first, he gets his choice of a brand new GMC pickup truck from Conley Buick in Bradenton or a Contender boat 22
Holy smokes.
on a Rolls axle trailer or a Pathfinder, a Hughes Redfisher, Carolina skiff, or a Relentless aluminum flats boat.
Oh, my goodness.
All powered by Yamaha, yes. Each prize is valued at over $50,000.
Wow. That is phenomenal, Leiza. What great news. And so
Yes.
What are we waiting for for the verification at this point?
So we verified that he's done everything properly in the procedures, which is to call the fish in within 2 hours of landing the fish, to submit his photo entry with the official measuring device, nose to the zero line, tag still in the fish within the next 24 hours. And then I went and verified the tag yesterday at West Marine in Spring Hill. And now the only thing left to do is for him to go through the polygraph examination and successfully pass that.
Wow. And for that, he's going to end up with his choice of a dream. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a dream. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh.
And I want to encourage anglers, yes, this is a tagged redfish competition. However, there are 17 other divisions with non-tagged species, 11 different species in the non-tagged redfish. In the competition. There's non-tagged redfish, trout and snook, tarpon, grouper, kingfish, dolphin, mahi-mahi. There are so many species in this competition. Even if you catch a pufferfish or a catfish or a ladyfish, you can submit it into the Power Pole Conservation Division.
And even if you don't catch any fish, as I mentioned this before you came on, even if you don't catch any fish, even if you're just somebody who says, you know what, I'll go out there and I'll help the environment, I'll pick up some junk off the environment. Even if you do that,
That's exactly.
You have an opportunity to win money. So this is something that...
$1,500 cash.
Wow.
From Waxhead Sun Defense.
Wow.
And then it's the Costa Kick Plastic Trash Division. You have to submit a 5-gallon bucket full of garbage. Once you've submitted your entry, then you have the opportunity. And you can submit as many 5-gallon buckets as you can collect and dispose of. But I don't want to, I don't want to eliminate youth anglers and not talk about that. We have we've given away over $400,000 in college scholarships.
Wow.
And we have $100,000 in college scholarships this year to award. And that is the Academy Sports and Outdoors Youth Scholarship Division. Real Tree sponsors a $25,000 scholarship. Academy sponsors a $25,000 scholarship. Bells does a $5,000 scholarship. Talk of the Town, a $5,000 scholarship. So there's lots of great opportunities for youth anglers to win some amazing prizes as well. And if they catch a tagged redfish, they win a Carolina skiff with a Minn Kota trolling motor on the bow, Hummingbird Solix on the center console, and a shallow water anchor on the transom, all sitting on a trailer and powered by Yamaha.
Wow. So if somebody wants to get involved in all of this, Leiza, let's go through that. If you want to register for the tournament, how do you do that?
So you would go online to www.ccaflstar.com, select Register for Star. Remember, you must be a CCA member in order to be eligible for prizes. So it will prompt you once you've registered for STAR, do you want to become a CCA member? And it will specifically tell you that you are not eligible for prizes unless you are a CCA member, and you will select yes or no. And then you move through. It's only $75 if you are not a CCA member, or $40 for a CCA member to participate in the competition.
And it's about helping each other, really. And this is one of the greatest things that we can do is to help each other. My gosh.
Exactly.
Putting down the electronic, can you imagine Me growing up, I was describing earlier. For me growing up, it was during the summer. You leave the house when the sun comes up. You come home when the sun comes down. You keep yourself busy doing a wide variety of things outdoors. It's not like it is today, where many of these kids don't even leave the house. They're in the house all day long, behind a computer or playing a game or something. Don't even get to enjoy the outdoors, let alone financially benefit from it, from doing something out there that's away from all of this technology. We're saturated with Wi-Fi and cell and all of these things. To get away from it for a little while, there's a reason why people go, when they go camping or something like that, they feel this peace out there. There's a reason for that. You're enjoying what God has given you. You go out there and you do some fishing, you're enjoying what God has given us. And here's an opportunity. Not only do you enjoy the get to fishing, but you have an opportunity to win a dream, literally a dream. In my estimation, it's a dream. My gosh, they have a brand new truck, a brand new boat, and if you're the first one, like this gentleman could be the first one. Not only do you get that, you get your choice of that. That's phenomenal.
The next guy gets his choice of everything that's left over. So the sooner you register, the sooner you get on the water and go after these fish, the better your opportunity is to win something. So, get them out there, get them registered, and we so appreciate you supporting us and promoting the competition. We really want to see anglers getting registered and having fun this summer.
And a lot of tournaments, some of them run a couple of days, some of them run a week. This runs several months, right? This goes from what?
Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Yeah.
101 days of fishing.
Yeah. So there's plenty of opportunity out there. I mean, if you're somebody who just wants to go to the beach and while you're there pick up some trash, you don't necessarily feel like going fishing, that's an opportunity to win $1,500. Yeah, that's. It wouldn't require a rocket scientist, in my estimation, to support these kind of programs. This is really what we need.
Thank you, Riscala.
And yours. I'm not clear about that. I'm kind of ignorant about the relationship between you and the. I can't think of the other outfit now. They do the traps. Who is that does the traps?
The Ghost Trap Rodeo.
Ghost Trappers.
We actually support their endeavors. We partner with them to help with our volunteers and with funding to remove ghost traps from the Tampa Bay area. And they do a great job of getting those derelict traps out of the water and out of the way of recreational anglers and their lower units, and then also keep those traps from continuing to catch different species and then those species to starve to death because they have no way of getting sustenance.
Now, the reason I bring this up is there's an old saying that birds of a feather flock together. The reason I bring those people up is these are people who are working on cleaning up our environment. Just like CCA of Florida offers you, either you can go fishing or you can help clean up the environment. And for doing that, you could win some money. The same thing goes true with this ghost trap thing. Help clean up the environment. Everybody wins. The environment wins. We win with a cleaner environment. It's more enjoyable out there. The fish win. It's cleaner for the fish. Everybody wins, So those are the kind of things that we should focus on because we have so much division today. These are the kind of things that help bring us together. Go out there and enjoy it. So we have until September, what is...
I think it's September 2nd. That's Labor Day.
Yeah.
And you can register right on up until that weekend. So it ain't over till it's over.
I don't even think we're halfway there yet. I think we've got more than...
No, we're not.
Yeah. So you got plenty of time to go do this. And for those of you who are beach regulars, consider this. You're going to go to the beach anyway, right? Why not do something that is... uplifting. I'm trying to think of the right word. Uplifting for everybody. You're cleaning up the beach. You're not planning on doing any fishing, but you're going to pick up a couple of 5-gallon pails of junk and then make sure you're disposed of properly. And you may have an opportunity to win some money. So you've enjoyed the day at the beach. You've enjoyed whoever you went with, hopefully. You picked up some trash. You've made the beach better for everybody else. And now you've made a possibility for your life to be benefited financially for that. I think that's great. I love that.
Well, there's all kinds of wonderful prizes, and Coast to Sunglasses gives away sunglasses and all kinds of stuff just for people picking up garbage off the beaches, out of the waterways, at the boat ramp, disposing of it, and making sure that we do some really amazing things. There's some great recreational anglers out there that are submitting. I mean, some people are submitting 8, 10, 12 buckets a day, and they're making it their agenda to get out there every day and pick up, garbage. And we have youth anglers who have put together their community. All the kids in their community all go on a Saturday, and they spend the first part of the morning picking up garbage on the shorelines. And so it's really becoming a unique thing to do, and a really positive effect that we can have on our environment to do these types of things.
Leiza, was it your organization that offers I think it was students, credit for going out and I forget?
Yes.
Was that you?
If you have students that need community service hours, if they will go out and pick up a 5-gallon bucket full of garbage, that's a full 5-gallon bucket full of garbage, pick up the official measuring device from a West Marine store or any one of our locations, the Star official measuring device, take photograph of it, submit it, we will give a half an hour credit for every 5-gallon bucket that is gathered, collected, and then disposed of properly. At the end of the competition, they can email their community service log to me, and I will then, in return, review, pull up the angler or the participant, find out how many buckets of garbage they have, and then provide them with their community service hours.
I love it. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins that way. So there's a great way for kids over the summer to get their community service hours.
And while I'm thinking about it, some of the people that I want to give credit to because of all of they've stepped up to the plate. Who are some of the sponsors of your tournament?
Well, our presenting sponsor is Yamaha Motors. They have been so beneficial. Some of the other great sponsors are Contender, Pathfinder, Maverick Boat Group, Hughes Redfisher, Carolina Skiff, Relentless Boats, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Realtree, TH Marine, West Marine. The list goes on and on. Power Pull, I'm trying to think. Piranha Boats, Salt Marsh Skiff, Stump Knocker Boats, Power Tech Propellers,
wow.
Ocean Tamer Bean Bags, Cleanse Oil, Bull Bay Rod and Tackle, Florida Fishing Products, Anissa Stewart Jewelry. All of these people have donated items so that we have the ability to run such an amazing competition.
It is. I think amazing doesn't. It really is a discredit. It's more than I don't know of a word that really could describe it, but I don't think amazing really touches it well.
Well, we have 500,000 reasons for anglers to fish over the summer. They can come and get them some of that. If they're catching fish, all they have to do is submit their entries. It's catch, photo, release, and they have an opportunity to win their share of $500,000 in prizes.
Amazing. Really is. I wish I had a better word to describe it, but I said the best I can come up with right now is amazing.
Well, thank you, Riscala.
I'm impressed that somebody goes through, you have mentioned of all the benefits that the people get, but the one thing that nobody has spoken about is all the work that goes into this, behind the scenes. People like Leiza, behind the scenes, working their behinds off to see to it that this happens, to see to it that all the sponsors come.
Duke Energy provided us with all of the hatchery-reared redfish that are released on the West Coast. Then the East Coast fish are then helped, gathered and collected by Flagler Sport Fishing Club and some of the captains over on the East Coast. And then those fish are released into areas where they were captured. They're tagged and replaced back into areas where they were captured. And yes, it is. It's a very, very labor-intensive competition, but the cool thing about it is on the awards ceremony, which will be held in Melbourne on October the 19th, and the general public is welcome. They just have to purchase a ticket. You get to see all of the benefits of that, and the best part is when those 12 youth anglers step up on the stage and they receive their scholarships, you know why you put all the hard work into this particular project. And all of the proceeds that go back into the habitat restoration, offshore, nearshore reefs, oyster bed renourishment, seagrass plantings, mangrove plantings, oyster beds, and all of the things that our organization does, because we are able to do that through the awareness that STAR has created and the members. It's just a really great concept and organization to be involved with.
And great people, the organization.
Well, again, the way that people can get registered is to go online, www.ccaflstar.com, get registered, become a member, and start helping. Be a citizen biologist and a citizen garbologist and get
I like that, garbologist. I like that. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to share with us this morning. I am interested in finding, when you do verify that, let me know, because I'd like to.
We'll definitely let you know that he is. And just a little insider information for those people who had their heart set on that Contender or that Pathfinder. I think this guy is leaning towards the truck.
There you go. Well, God bless you, my friend.
Fishing, everybody. You got a chance to win a lot of great, amazing prizes.
I wish you a wonderful day.
Thank you, Riscala. Have a great day.
Thank you, my dear. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
What's up, Ricky Dillon here at the largest social media gathering in the world. So the internet is an amazing place, but sometimes it can be a not so great place with online bullying and trolling and stuff. Have you ever seen online bullying before?
Unfortunately, it's kind of common. Online, people can hide behind the internet. Those comment sections can be a little
harsh.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's a good word for it.
I've been called many homophobic names.
I felt embarrassed. I felt humiliated. It made me stop liking myself.
What if I told you there is something that you can use anytime that you see bullying online that calls attention to it in a nice way? Like, hey, that's not nice.
I wish that was the thing.
It's this! So anytime that you see any kind of hate online, go into your phone, go into the symbol section, post this I, and it says that that's bullying. That's not nice. So would you post this if you saw someone bullying someone?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like a lot more mature way to handle the situation.
Find the emoji in your phone, send it to 5 of your friends, and let them know what it means to be a witness.
Go to eyewitnessbullying.org to learn more about the emoji.
Thinking of moving? Before you do anything else, call Diane Whittick of Bowen Realty. She provides a concierge service. Things like having your home or condo packed and shipped, even take care of your home repairs or upgrades. Diane has the expertise to get it done. As a seller, you will have constant contact. She will furnish you with bids on any services that might need completion: air conditioning, plumbing, handyman, and even cleaning. Living up north and have a home to sell here in South Florida? Just give her the keys, address, and a signature. Your payment will be wired when the property is sold. That's right, Diane does it all. Thinking of buying? Diane has great listening skills. Tell her what you want, give her your budget, and like a genie, she will make your real estate wish come true. There's no regrets when you choose Diane Whittick of Bowen Realty. To reach Diane, call 561-247-5478. That's 561-247-5478. Diane Whittick at Bowen Realty, located in Wellington at Wellington Trace East and Forest Hill Boulevard. 561-247-5478.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework.
He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Do you have an unusual pet? Did you know that the Rainforest Clinic in Loxahatchee specializes in exotic pets? They see pets that other vets don't. Parrots and chickens, ducks, geese, turtles, snakes, goats, pigs, lizards, and even monkeys. Are you a beekeeper? Dr. Clubb, the first of her kind in the area? Yes, she takes care of bees as well. Dr. Susan Clubb has decades of experience and known around the world for her reputation as a premier avian vet. Located at 3319 E Road in Loxahatchee, just a short distance north of Okeechobee Road. You will find a modern clinic with in-house labs, which allow you to get your test answers quickly. You can find them online at www.susanclub.com. That's www.susanclubb.com. Or you can reach her at 561-795-4878. It's Dr. Susan Club. That's 561-795-4878. The Rainforest Clinic located in Loxahatchee. 561-795-4878.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
All right, we are back. It is the Fish Florida Show, and we're going into the second hour this morning. You can always find us here on, excuse me, on latenightinthe-midlands.com is one of the websites that you can find us at. And I'm having a little bit of a feedback here. Give me just a second. Get rid of that feedback. LateNightInTheMidlands.com is one of the websites you can find us at. FishFloridaShow.com is one of the websites you can find us at. Click on the Contact Us button on Facebook is one of the ways that you can listen to us. But the easiest way of all of them is to download an absolutely free app. It is called the Fish Florida app. Download the app. You can listen to us on the app. Not only can you listen to us on the app, but you will have a very powerful tool in the palm of your hands that gives you a wide variety of information. The weather, the tides, the winds. You can even apply for a fishing license through the app. So it's a really nice thing to have. It's a powerful tool to have. And one of the things that we are suffering here in South Florida, which seems to be getting worse and worse, is people not being able to keep their fingers off of other people's property. We have had just a deluge of thefts here in the South Florida area. Last night I saw another post go up. I think it was, I'm going by memory, I think it was a 32-foot Donzi with 3 engines on the back of it, stolen out of somebody's property while they were home. People are getting pretty brazen, and if you're not doing something to protect yourself, insurance is great, but to me is as important and as vital as insurance is to have yourself set up with some kind of a geofence. And my next guest is somebody that can help you do that. Her name is Carolyn, and she's with Atlas Trax. Good morning, Carolyn.
Good morning, Riscala. Thanks for having me on again today.
Oh, it's a pleasure, my dear. Before we get to the Atlas Trax, did you do any fishing last week?
You know what? I didn't do any fishing last week, but we supported the Crossing for a Cure, which is where 225 paddleboarders paddled from Bimini back to Lake Worth with 80 support boats.
No
that we
way.
tracked.
Are you...
They raised over $600,000 for local cystic fibrosis patients. And that was a really big Father's Day thing last week that we all participated. 450 volunteers and staff went all the way to Bimini, took time off from work, and paddled back 12 to 18 hours for support boats. And
I was going to say that. I was going to say that is not a short trip on a paddleboard. I mean, on a motorboat, yeah, but on a paddleboard, my gosh.
Right, and they transported, crews, medics, everybody over there to Bimini on their own time. Everyone paid for their own hotel rooms. It was a pretty amazing thing. And we were on the beach here when they landed. We tracked with our tracking devices all 80 boats, support boats. So families knew when their family was, the paddlers coming in would be arriving. So it was a pretty amazing emotional event as they were landing on the beach and collapsing in the sand. So that's kind of what we were doing last week.
Wow. And it was 12 to 18 hours that they're out there doing this?
Right. The competitive paddlers made it back in 12. The relay paddlers and recreational paddlers was 17 hours. So they were standing up at midnight on Friday all the way through Saturday, 6 p.m.
Wow.
It was pretty amazing. Some were in on their hands and knees. Some came in with chairs. Some people were pulled in by friends, but nobody wanted to quit. It was a pretty inspirational event. It's called Crossing for a Cure. It's the 4th year. It's going to be every year from now on. But it was a pretty amazing feat because we were able to track all 80 boats on one map. So that's a unique thing for a tracking company to be able to do. So maybe somebody that has more than one vessel, we were talking about that Donzi theft, can have all of their assets on one map and go one place to see everything, whether it be a jet ski, a airplane, a boat, a car. They can see everything on one map labeled.
And that is because of the product that you provide, which comes from Atlas Trax.
That's correct. That's our small GPS tracking systems and alarm systems. And it's pretty amazing that they got that 32-foot Donzi, and I believe the person's truck right out of their yard.
And the truck. Yeah. I failed to mention, and the truck. That's right. And it was some huge diesel 350, I think it was. It's just either one of them was extremely expensive, and they got off with both of them. And the whole reason I bring it up is unfortunately I've had this experience where I had a car that was stolen from me. And back in those days, we didn't have Atlas Trax. Didn't have the technology that we have today. And it is such a sick feeling in the pit of your stomach to walk out. I walk out where I had parked my car in the shopping center. I walk out and the car is gone. And I'm thinking to myself, I parked it somewhere. And I probably looked for a good 3 or 4 minutes for my car before it finally dawned on me. Somebody took my car. If I had something like Atlas Trax that would tell me where my car is, the odds of me getting my car back in good shape go way up, because unfortunately for me, in a 1-year period, I suffered this 3 times. I didn't realize that the car that I purchased, everybody who thought that they were a pimp wanted my car. It was a silver Cadillac with wire wheels, white wall 4-door. It was just a really nice car. I decided that it was time for me to buy a new car, and I didn't want to buy a brand new car because I knew as soon as I did, it would devalue right away. So I thought about, well, what kind of car would somebody have that would take care of their car? And it was a Cadillac. And I found this a colonel, I think he was, down in Homestead Air Base, who was getting ready to go overseas. The only reason he was selling it is he's not going to be here. It was a great deal. I bought it, and unfortunately, a lot of other people liked it more than I did. But the reason I bring it up is that sick feeling. Is there's nothing that I in my life that I have felt that is so, I can't think of the right word.
It's so invasive. It's so invasive, and when you have to have it given back to you after somebody else has taken it, it loses the value of why it meant so much to you.
It loses
and
exactly
how much you worked so hard for it.
Right. And the sooner that you can get it back, like I said, 3 times in 1 year this happened, the longer that those people had my car, the more damage that they did to it. And unfortunately for me back then, I had great insurance and they paid for it. But the short of the matter is I had to do that in my car for a period of time. I had that god-awful feeling in the pit of my stomach to walk out and not see it there. The value of the vehicle to me, now it feels like it's been compromised. Somebody's been in it, they've messed with it. It's just never the same. The sooner that you can get something back, the greater the odds are that what you get back will be in the shape it was when it left your property.
That's true. And you had mentioned a geofence a little bit ago. All of our devices have geofences, but what that basically means is when it goes past a certain invisible fence area of 300 feet, it wakes up the tracker. Then the tracker can send incremental messages of however the customer wants it, typically for boats every 10 minutes. So once that boat leaves that driveway, that customer's getting a text or an email saying, hey, your device is moving. And what's great is it comes with a latitude and longitude, a link to a map. So if it's being stolen by boat, by water, or by road, you can see actually what the road is, Florida Turnpike or 95, and then send those links to law enforcement to get that whatever it is stolen back as fast as possible before they start disassembling it en route to wherever they're taking it. And what's so great about our trackers is it's 5 minutes to install them. There's no antennas, so it's very covert. Nobody knows the tracker's on them. And you pony that with one of our alarm systems, Priscilla, with a 60-foot cable wrap. You can wrap a cable around a tree in your driveway, and once that cable gets just disconnected, a loud siren goes off. So at least that's another deterrent that maybe keeps them from taking it.
Well, I can imagine if these people would have known, the people living in the home while they did this, if they'd have known that that was happening, I'm sure they're just not going to sit in the house and let them do it. They're going to do something, call the police, come out, and try to stop them in some way, shape, or form.
Instantly.
You know, without a warning of some sort, then again, imagine this is, I'm almost positive it was a 32-foot Nonzi. This is not a little, you know, a little skiff that you can go barreling down the road 50, 60 miles an hour with. This is how brazen this has become. They don't care whether you're home. They don't care if it's in your property. They're going to come, if they've made their mind up, they're coming up after it. And my best advice to those of you who have this kind of equipment is protect yourselves. Not only with insurance, but with something that will possibly save you the heartache of, okay, you got your stuff back. Okay, the insurance is going to pay for it. But you still have to go through the heartache of collecting insurance money, going out and replacing or having someone else replace whatever it is that's been done to whatever it is that you have, whether it's a car, whether it's an airplane. I mean, they even do airplanes, for Pete's sake. But here in South Florida, what seems to be rampant right now are boats. And it's not little boats that they're after. It's big boats. These people don't care. And the boats have got to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars by the time we're talking about 3 engines on the back of this thing. I think there were 300 horsepower engines on the back of it. It's a 32-foot Donzi. And then you got, I don't recall what kind of trailer it was. It was a gorgeous trailer. They had pictures of this thing. I'm sure it was in the hundreds of thousands of dollars that were, being threatened at this point for
very easily for a 50-foot rig that's barreling down the road that's endangering somebody else. I mean, it's totally ridiculous. And not to mention even the trackers, Riscala, we use them for safety too. So many people are doing long runs to the Bahamas right now, all the way to Marsh Harbor without stopping. And, that could be a little daunting for someone at home watching the boat go. So customers can log on and see their maps anytime and see where they are, or where did they forget to mark fish yesterday because everybody forgot to hit the man overboard button. So a lot of fishermen are using them to go back and see where they're trolling and when did they go from 13 knots to 2 knots. So it's a really effective fishing tool, too, that people are discovering and printing out their maps and their latitudes and longitudes. So a lot of tournament guys are using it for just kind of replays inside at the air-conditioned home and not looking at all that screens outside with the mosquitoes when you're really hot. You can go look at all the tracks for the day. So they're finding needs for it all the time.
I think it's... I just wish I had this back in the day when I could have retrieved my vehicle a lot sooner than allowing these guys. They had it for 3 days one time, and when I got it back, it was torched. It was the seats were ripped up. Of course, they broke one of the windows to get in the car, so I had to replace the window. The seats were torn up. They spilled something in the trunk, which smelled like a sewer system, and it was difficult to get rid of the smell. I could have avoided that whole thing very possibly if I could have gotten it back quick enough. Could have avoided that whole nightmare. So this is something. The investment is minimal. I think it's $1 a day, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, that's what we do. We make it easy, Riscala. It's $1 a day for monitoring. The hardware device is $450. That's a one-time cost. And the devices are shipped and activated, ready to go. We even have some in our rental fleet. If people need to use them over a long weekend for a trip to Bahamas, we usually have 2 or 3 in a rental fleet. We're happy to get them out for safety. So, we appreciate you bringing us on. It's such an important time, especially with the boat season going on now. And, even folks that are out doing airboating and ATVing out west. I mean, these trackers are everywhere. A cellular phone is not available. Some hunters take them out and do a little boar hunting and make sure they're walking with them.
Yeah, and this stuff is, some of these are small enough to literally fit in your pocket. So we're not talking about something heavy, it's going to weigh you down. It's literally small enough to fit in your pocket. It doesn't rely on cell phones, uses the satellites. So it really doesn't matter where you are. I think it will spot you within approximately 10 feet anywhere on the planet. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah, we had mentioned last week we have 150 on icebergs right now in Greenland doing a little tracking.
I thought that was cool.
So that's very cool. And we're coming up. Someone inquired about some collars for some camels out in South Africa. So I was like, okay.
Wait! Camels? We're going to put them on camels?
Yes, because the camels that they ride around, they actually let them roam free, kind of like buffaloes. But then they have to go recover them when it's time for them to be saddled up and used. So we're working on a project for that. And of course, we're doing a lot of bush pilots up in Alaska, transport companies, float planes, things like that.
Wow.
But we get a lot of
cool.
really unique inquiries. We even have some trackers on some sunken barges that a report to the Coast Guard, just so that they're aware if they move or not. So we're getting into a little bit of that type of scientific.
Wow. Well, I know there's something special for you. I have a little surprise, so hang on here. Let me see if I can get it up.
Radio.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carolyn. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carolyn. Happy birthday to you.
And I hope you have many more, my dear, and I'm very excited for you with the good news that you've had and the reports that you've got back regarding your health. I'm very pleased to hear what has happened. And
I
God bless
appreciate
you.
that, Riscala, and thank you so much for having me on again today.
Enjoy your birthday, my dear. Happy birthday, and thank you for being on and sharing with us, and I'll be looking forward to having you on again.
You got it. Have safe travels, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You're listening to the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
From the author of Silent Steps and Haunted, Finding an Explanation for the Unknown, comes a story so chilling it will haunt you for years to come. Krista is a young woman escaping her past, running away from her family, her traumas, and her God, hoping to find a new life in a different town. But when she is forced to make a horrible choice, she comes to realize malevolent entities have controlled the true darkness she has been a part of. That is when her real terror begins. Penitence is disturbing and evocative. It will tear down the walls between what is real and what is nightmare. Penitence is the new novel by the man called the new master of speculative fiction, Ira Robinson. Find it and all of his books at his website, originalworlds.com.
Do you own a laser printer, copier, or a fax? Well then, listen close to this announcement. Leiza Technologies has been providing high-quality, frustration-free toner cartridges that are guaranteed not to harm your equipment for over 20 years. Leiza Technologies will save you on your supplies with high-quality and fast delivery. Savings up to 50%. Leiza Technologies supplies toner, imaging drums, developer and cartridges for most of the major brands. For a price quote, send an email to service@laser-technologies.com. Include your printer make and model for your part number. Call us at 561-792-9600. That's 561-792-9600. Leiza Technologies, providing 100% of the quality at a fraction of the price. 561-792-9600.
Want to give your pet the celebrity treatment? Have you heard of Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care in Royal Palm Beach? They're located just off State Road 7 and have been servicing the area for 14 years. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care is the home of the Blueberry Facial, also specializing in tartar removal with 8 years of assisting in dental procedures. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care? They're more than just about dogs. They are the only experienced cat groomer in the area. They also cater to all breeds and sizes and open 6 days a week. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care, located just north of the Super Walmart in Royal Palm Beach. You can find them at 250 Business Parkway. They specialize in shampoos with no extra charge. Flea and tick dips also available. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care. You can give them a call at 561-793-9992. They also provide gift certificates for those looking for that special present. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care. 561-793-9992. They're located in Royal Palm Beach. That number, 561-793-9992. Call for your appointment today. 561-793-9992. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care, where your pet gets celebrity treatment.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off at school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on when the sun shines all day. They call me a grouper. So I'm fishing and blowing on. Oh yeah.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
All right, we are back. It is the Fish Florida Show. Thank you for taking the time to tune in and allowing us to share with you what we come across, all this goodies. Something, I'm always impressed with the people that I meet on this show. People like Leiza, who is out there working feverishly to bring about programs that really help everybody. People like Captain Holland, who does the ghost trap thing, where they go out and catch these traps that are out there and not being used and harming the environment. And one thing we didn't mention was when they get these traps, they don't just throw them in the trash. They actually reuse the traps. It is truly a recycling program. And with Carolyn Stash with Atlas Trax telling us about I don't remember how many paddleboarders that paddleboarded for 12 to 18, from anywhere from 12 to 18 hours. These people were on a paddleboard coming from Bimini to Fort Lauderdale for a great cause. It's very heartwarming to know that these kind of things are going on, because I don't hear about this kind of stuff on a regular basis. I hear a lot more negative stuff going on. And to me, this is really what life is about, helping each other and working with each other and making it better for everybody. So earlier on, I was trying to get Captain Ron to call in. It looks like he's called in. Let me give him a minute or two here to kind of go over what I mentioned while I missed him. Good morning, Captain Ron.
Good morning. How you doing, Riscala?
I'm doing good, my friend. I missed you earlier this morning. Your slot went by quickly. But,
yeah, I understand that. I'm down in Haddles with my best friend that owns the charter boat, the Bluefin, that fishes out of Teacher's Lair. And we were just discussing we're going to go deep dropping tomorrow, and what we're going to do. I'm getting ready to fog his yard with the Skeeter beater.
Mm-hmm.
And but this is one product that doesn't have any DEET, that it's safe enough to put on your children, your grandchildren. It's it works on mosquitoes, no-see-ums, everything. And I did a lot of research and found out that they, everybody advertises that DEET. That's the only thing that works. But we've got Skeeter beater, and here on the Outer Banks, we got plenty of bugs to test it on. And so far, we've had 100% say it absolutely, positively works.
Well, I touched on a couple of things during your slot this morning. One was, of course, the non-toxicity. It has no DEET in it, which is called DEET. But also that you had another product that it's something to do with Hawaii. I don't remember exactly what, but it doesn't harm the reefs. Was it Hawaii that accepted it or something like that?
Yes, sir. It's called Sun Beater. It's got 40% sunblock in it, and it's got Skeeter beater in it, so you protect it from the sun and the bugs. And that's the only sunscreen bug repellent that can be used in Hawaii right now, because the other ones have, I won't mention any names, but they have 2 ingredients in it that actually destroys the reef.
Yeah.
So when you put it on and get in the water, it's actually destroying the reef. And Florida has a lot of reef too.
Yep. And they're becoming more and more aware. Florida is. I believe down in Key West they have banned a lot of the commercial stuff, the sunscreen stuff. And on days like today, you really should be wearing something like that. And consider that what you're putting on your skin inevitably goes into your bloodstream as well. So think about that. We have a product here that's alternative to these commercial products. Just think if it's harming the water in any way, shape, or form, whether that's the reef or not. If it's harming the water, and our bodies are water, it's got to be harming your body. It's just logic. So just be aware of those kind of things. We have alternatives. Skeeter Beater is a great alternative. I had mentioned earlier I've ordered some for my pet. I don't want to put these toxic chemicals on my pet. Some pets are fine with it. It's like some people are fine with DEET. Some people have used these commercial products their whole life and never had an outbreak. Other people just think about it and they break out. So I'd rather just play it safe. I'd rather just not have it in my life. And the way to do that is an alternative product like Skeeter Beater.
Yes, sir. And I've got one of my best friends is that owns a charter boat is here with me now, and he was saying that that's the only thing that he will put. He's got 3 girls, and his wife, and that's all they use. They don't use anything else because they don't want. Like I said, they don't want to put chemicals on their body either.
I don't blame them. It ends up in your bloodstream. Anyway, I'm sorry that I missed you this morning, but I did want to give you a minute or two while I had you on the line to tell people about it. If people want more information about Skeeter Beater, pass that out.
They can contact me 252-475-0244, or they can send an email to me at capt_ron@aol.com.
And are you still working on a website? Do we have a website yet?
Yes, we do have a website, and we're getting ready to change it and reformulate it because we got this new fogging system that we're doing now. So, but the website is www.obxskeeterbeater.com. That's SKEETERBEATER.com.
Great, Captain Ron. I appreciate it, sir. I'll look forward to having you back on, giving us the update. I did mention, by the way, earlier that you had this new service that is coming out, and I want to kind of re-announce that. So I'll be looking forward to having you back on and telling us more about that.
That sounds great. You have a great day, and I hope to talk to you soon.
God bless you, my friend. Thank you. That's Captain Ron. He is with Skeeter Beater. You can find him online, skeeterbeater.com. If you want to call him, you can call him. The phone number is 252-475-0244. An alternative product to what's out there, these commercial products that are out there today that do have stuff in them. Me personally, I just don't want it. I don't want it in my life, and if I can avoid it, I'm going to avoid it. And that's one of the ways you can do it. I don't know many products that are safe for children. This says right on it, safe for children. This is safe for children. Anyway, my next guest, Victoria. All of this would not be possible if Victoria didn't do what Victoria did. What did Victoria do? Let's ask her. Victoria, good morning. What did you do?
Good morning, Riscala. How are you?
I'm doing well.
We've had a lot of birthdays out there today.
A couple of birthdays today, and I decided I would go out and find that birthday song for them to sing them a happy birthday and kind of start the day off with a positive note.
That was really, really cool.
So tell us, what does Victoria do? Why are we here? Because of Victoria we are here. Why is that?
Well, we started off with the Fish Florida mobile app, and I made the app for Dennis as a Father's Day gift. He had downloaded so many apps just to plan his fishing trip. And a lot of times, it's very expensive actually to go out, and do sport fishing. You got to pay for the gas and your bait, your ice. I mean, it can get, quite expensive. Mm-hmm. So instead of having to have him on different apps, I made one app so he could go to that app and plan everything right there in one convenient place. And we created the annual marketing packages, which was nice, but we felt like, we wanted to give everybody an opportunity to be able to participate and be able to have some marketing and exposure. So we came out with the Fish Florida Association, recently. Also, the Fish Florida show, as you know, we created a couple of years ago, which is really fun and exciting, and you've done such a great job with that.
Thank you.
But the Fish Florida Association is really so everybody can have a chance to participate. There's not only do you get marketing and exposure, but you get over 45 member benefits that are guaranteed to save you money. In addition to that, we're going to have the Fish Florida Marketplace, which is a huge community of savings for like travel, entertainment, hospitality, retail. We're probably going to be able to save you up to 15% more than what you would get like on some of the other sites. But and then one of the big things that we're doing is we're going to be adding a donation page for all of the charities and, you know, with kids events, conservation, preservation, and other charities that are working really hard to make a difference. And we're going to give back a portion of our proceeds also as well. So it's a win-win for everybody.
It's a everybody wins situation. Those are the kind of things that I love to hear about. Those are the kind of things that I like to support, where everybody, you know, because again, when it's all said and done, it's kind of selfish in a way. I'm part of the everybody, so I benefit too, you know. That's what I like about these programs. You know, I mentioned earlier with Leiza, with Captain Holland, with the program that Carolyn had mentioned. People doing something to help everybody. This is a way that you can enjoy having I call it a tool, a very powerful tool in the palm of your hand that can give you all kinds of information, right down to getting a license, a fishing license. Do you do the hunting license on the app as well?
Yes, there's a hunting license tab on there as well.
Yeah. So anything from fishing to hunting, right there in the palm of your hand. It has a massive amount of information. And the best part is it's free. It's not one of those, well, it's free to download, but if you want to use it, it's not one of those at all. It's free to download, it's free to use, and it is a very powerful tool, again, to have in the palm of your hand. You have weather, you have tides, there's
services, shopping.
Yeah.
Resources. The one thing, Riscala, that I want to say to everyone is this really isn't for, you know, serious anglers can use it, but this was for the laymen or for the families out there that go fishing and boating and hunting on the weekends, people coming to Florida. So it's a wide, broad audience. But, you know, there's plenty of other resources out there for serious anglers. You know, this is probably not the one.
Yeah, typically the serious anglers are going to have some really sophisticated equipment. This is something you can put on your cell phone, for Pete's sake. And as a matter of fact, though, technologically, maybe it's a better word, it's almost as sophisticated as the stuff that they pay thousands of dollars for, whether it's a Garmin, you know, it's a depth finder, all these other things that they spend money on. This is a maybe not a true comparison, but it's a fair comparison. This is something that give you a lot of information, a lot of the same information that they would spend a lot of money for specific equipment for. This will be able to do for you. Not everything, but quite a bit, and it's free, and it's easy to use.
True.
It's very easy to use, very straightforward. There's nothing complicated about it, and you can always listen to the Fish Florida show. That's the best part for me.
Well, one of the things that we're going to be doing for everybody that joins the association is we're going to be offering 10 minutes to be a guest on your show to talk about their product. Many opportunities like that cost lots of money. I don't want to mention any particular shows, but I know it can get up to like $2,500 to even get a couple of minutes on a show to talk about the products, their fishing products or boating or hunting products. So right now, if they join the Fish Florida Association, which is just a nominal fee, we have a special going. What they get is after we send them their receipt, they get a member services form so they can check off all the programs that they're going to want for their business to save them money or to do marketing or have some exposure. They're going to be able to check off the box to, you know, come on as a guest to the Fish Florida show, and it's going to be $99 for 10 minutes on your show to just talk all about their product.
Great. I think that's an awesome deal.
Does that sound good?
That's an awesome deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a lot of time and exposure for them, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'll go for that. That's more than fair.
Yep.
So if people want more information, how do they get involved with any of this stuff?
Well, they can go to our website, which is www.joinfishflnow.com. You can check out our Facebook pages. One of the things that we'd love them to do is go to the Fish Florida Show and like the page. They can post, on all of our pages, they can post their fishing pictures if they have events, things like that. It's a great idea to let us know so we can talk about it and announce it on the show. So there's a wide variety of ways to contact us. There's a page on the Fish Florida app that they can push. They can go to our website and there's the, featured special on there to join. So, there's lots of ways to get a hold of us.
So I think one of the easiest ways would be to download the app. It's absolutely free. And you can do everything that we have mentioned, you can do through that app. You can get involved with the Fish Florida Association through the app. You can reach Victoria through the app. And along with the app, you have, again, a powerful tool in the palm of your hand. That is free. I want to stress that it's free.
You can listen to the show. You can listen to the show right from the app. When you download the app, the first page, you just click on that, and it goes right to the Fish Florida Show.
And, I keep saying it's free because what really irks me is there's a lot of stuff out there now that I'm seeing. It's free. It's a free download. So you go download it. But then you go to use it. It's, you have a 2-day or a 5-day temporary use of, but then after that you have to pay for it. This is free. When we tell you it's free, it's absolutely free. There's no download it for free and then pay us later. It's free to download. It's free to use, and I can promise you it would be if you're somebody out there that's on the outdoors on a regular basis, if you're somebody who is constantly in search of different services, it's well worth the price. It is well worth the price. The price that you pay is the 1 or 2 minutes it takes to download it. That's it. That's what it costs.
Yep.
All right, Victoria.
Yep. And it's a fun. It's a fun app. It's a really easy to use. I get a lot of comments from kids that download it, so it's really, really family friendly as well.
And that's what we like. That's what we're about. Family friendly stuff. All right, Miss Victoria. Thank you so much. None of this would have been possible had Victoria not done what she'd done. Because of Victoria taking the time to develop an app for her best in line, Michael, she went out of her way to design this thing, which took a lot of time, a lot of work. I mean, I did an app just for my business, and it was quite extensive before it was all over, how many things had to be covered. And here we're talking about an extreme variety of products that are available through the app. So great job, my dear. Looking forward to hearing the updates.
All right. Thank you so much, Riscala.
Thanks, Victoria. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, too.
All right. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
What's up, Ricky Dillon here at the largest social media gathering in the world. So the internet is an amazing place, but sometimes it can be a not so great place with online bullying and trolling and stuff. Have you ever seen online bullying before?
Unfortunately, it's kind of common. Online, people can hide behind the internet. Those comment sections can be a little
harsh.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's a good word for it.
I've been called many homophobic names.
I felt embarrassed. I felt humiliated. It made me stop liking myself.
What if I told you there is something that you can use anytime that you see bullying online that calls attention to it in a nice way? Like, hey, that's not nice.
I wish that was the thing.
It's this! So anytime that you see any kind of hate online, go into your phone, go into the symbol section, post this I, and it says that that's bullying. That's not nice. So would you post this if you saw someone bullying someone?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like a lot more mature way to handle the situation.
Find the emoji in your phone, send it to 5 of your friends, and let them know what it means to be a witness.
Go to eyewitnessbullying.org to learn more about the emoji.
Thinking of moving? Before you do anything else, call Diane Whittick of Bowen Realty. She provides a concierge service. Things like having your home or condo packed and shipped, even take care of your home repairs or upgrades. Diane has the expertise to get it done. As a seller, you will have constant contact. She will furnish you with bids on any services that might need completion. air conditioning, plumbing, handyman, and even cleaning. Living up north and have a home to sell here in South Florida? Just give her the keys, address, and a signature. Your payment will be wired when the property is sold. That's right, Diane does it all. Thinking of buying? Diane has great listening skills. Tell her what you want, give her your budget, and like a genie, she will make your real estate wish come true. There's no regrets when you choose Diane Whittick of Bowen Realty. To reach Diane, call 561-247-5478. That's 561-247-5478. Diane Whittick at Bowen Realty, located in Wellington at Wellington Trace East and Forest Hill Boulevard. 561-247-5478.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Do you have an unusual pet? Did you know that the Rainforest Clinic in Loxahatchee specializes in exotic pets? They see pets that other vets don't. Parrots and chickens, ducks, geese, turtles, snakes, goats, pigs, lizards, and even monkeys. Are you a beekeeper? Dr. Clubb, the first of her kind in the area? Yes, she takes care of bees as well. Dr. Susan Clubb has decades of experience and known around the world for her reputation as a premier avian vet. Located at 3319 E Road in Loxahatchee, just a short distance north of Okeechobee Road, you will find a modern clinic with in-house labs, which allow you to get your test answers quickly. You can find them online at www.susanclubb.com. That's www.susanclubb.com. Or you can reach her at 561-795-4878. It's Dr. Susan Clubb. That's 561-795-4878. The Rainforest Clinic located in Loxahatchee. 561-795-4878.
This highway reminds me of you. This empty seat beside me keeps calling out your name, and the way the taillights keep on shining on that life I left behind me. Every mile, every sign is reminding me why I ain't turning around this time. If you miss me already, ready, steal the keys to your daddy's car, baby, come and get me, get me. I'm just out here chasing stars. I have come this far, and my gypsy heart will show you where I am. So catch me if you can, catch me if you can. For you I drive a little slower, but there's no way I'm pulling over, 'cause these wheels, they started rolling and they ain't ever gonna stop. I gas it up, hit the road, got a long way to go, baby, burn the black top. If you miss me already, ready, steal the keys to your daddy's car, baby, come and get me, get me. I'm just out here chasing stars. I have come this far, and my gypsy heart will show you where I am. So catch me if you can, catch me if you can. Oh, I'm not trying to hide, I'm out here in the wide open. If you miss me already, ready, baby, come and get me, get me. If you miss me already, ready, steal the keys to your daddy's car, baby, come and get me, get me. I'm just out here chasing stars. I have come this far, and my gypsy heart will show you where I am. Well, I have come this far, and my gypsy heart will
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscala Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. And now your host, Riscala Stevens.
All right, it is the final segment of the show. Again, thank you to all of you who take the time to tune in and allow me to share with you the fun. I really enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun for me. It's an educational time as well. I'm always learning. For me, fishing was a very simple thing, but I've found that as I've grown older, not only is it still simple, but it can also, if you want, at your option, you can make it quite sophisticated. The thing that kind of comes to mind right now is I always thought fishing with a kite was kind of silly. I never really considered the advantages of how it increases your availability, because you can do things with a kite that you can't do if you're just trolling, for example. And found out that kites can be straightforward. You can have up to, I think, three different riggers on the kite, so you can have 3 different baits out there. You can have one kind of deep. You could have one, midway, and one at the top of the water. You wouldn't be able to do that normally without something like a kite to help you do that. There are different kinds of kites for low wind, kites for high wind. I didn't, again, I'm always learning. I didn't realize that some fish, when you take them out of the water, if you don't hold them in a particular manner, you're going to hurt that fish. If you plan on putting that fish back in the water and you hold it in the most popular way, I think it would be a fair way to say it, is to hold them by the mouth and with their tail headed towards the ground or the water. Some of these fish can be harmed permanently by that. So if your plan is to catch the fish and release it, if you don't hold it correctly, I learned that some fish you're not supposed to take out of the water. I didn't even know that. So it's always a learning experience for me. I've learned a lot about lures. I never used lures when I was a kid. We would go down to the canals, and there would be oysters or mussels, whatever you want to call them. We'd break those things open, and we had these things, hair hooks is what we called them. And we'd catch these little shiners, and we would use the shiners for bait. And we'd catch anything from barracuda to grouper. It's just whatever happened to be in the vicinity when we were fishing. So I never did really use lures as a kid. I tried them a couple of times, had a little bit of luck with them, but it wasn't the same as using the live bait. So, and I've learned that lures can be even better than live bait, depending upon the situation. And my co-host, that's one of her favorite things, is to use lures. And she's brought a lot of light into the subject for me, because I was kind of ignorant. I didn't know a whole lot about all the different kinds of lures that are out there. And there are a wide variety of them. Nothing like it used to be in the old days. Nothing like it used to be when I was growing up. We typically had lures that would flicker in the light, that would shine, polished lures, or a feathered lure, or something like that. But it wasn't a variety like I see today, or a sophistication of what I see today. Some of these lures look just like a fish, other than it's not breathing. It looks just like a fish. So I can imagine the predators that are after that. That looks like a yummy meal to me. So it would be probably a way to increase your ability to catch fish without having to deal with the bait part of it. Because if you're dealing with, whether it's live or cut bait, you're having to deal with that. And it gets messy. It's all part of fishing. That's why I love the women who are not afraid to do that. And if you go to the Florida Fisherman magazine, you will see some very beautiful young women on there. But the reason I'm pointing it out is not only are they beautiful, they're not afraid to get their hands dirty. I mean, some of these women would put some of the guys I know to shame. They get out there and they really they do the job. They'll catch the fish. They'll clean the fish. They're not afraid to put the bait to hook. And it's more, again, I bring this up because it's more of a family thing when you can get the ladies involved. I was going to have Betty Bowman with Ladies Let's Go Fishing. She's involved in a couple of things right now. Another organization that works with ladies to go out and fishing. I know that some of the ladies that I've spoken with, and I'd like to do that, but I'm kind of intimidated by that. I don't really know anything about it. I understand there's things I don't know anything about, and it is intimidating. But this is a way for you to be able to get involved with it, at an amateur level, at a novice level, really, not even amateur, just a novice level. Ladies Let's Go Fishing, you find them online as well. So some of the people we have on the show are some of the greatest people, working with other people, trying to make everything better for everybody else. And guess who is part of that? Everybody, you and me. Where programs where we all win. I mean, that's really, isn't it, what it's about? If you think about it all, when all is said and done, is we all just want to make our lives that much better. And through these different programs, we can do that. And sometimes get rewarded. I'm thinking of the CCA thing. And be rewarded for it. Go join this CCA Florida Association, get involved in a tournament, go fishing. You're out there enjoying yourself fishing. Lo and behold, you catch one of their tagged fish. You happen to be one of the first. The choices of the prizes that you win are phenomenal. I mean, it's a dream. Really, it's a dream. You can't come up with a better equation. Or if you get involved with, for the life of me, I can't think. It's a ghost trap, but I can't think of the name of the organization. But Ocean Aid 360, I believe is what it is. You get involved with them. They're cleaning up the water, getting rid of the traps that are not being used, and making sure that the traps get repurposed, used again, recycled. Don't end up in a fill and just moving trash from one place to another. They're actually being reused again. That's stopping more raw material from being used to make the traps to begin with. Everybody wins. These are the kind of things where everybody wins. You sponsor some of these people on a paddleboard. My gosh, I'm still thinking about that. 12 to 18 hours on a paddleboard out there in the ocean, paddling from Bimini to Fort Lauderdale for a great cause. It's always humbling in a way, inspirational to hear about these people. And we've got a lot more of them coming up. We are in the middle of tournament season here in South Florida, so we're going to have a lot more information coming up as well. I was hoping Captain Dave would call in, but maybe he's having an issue. Captain Dave is down in, I think it's Islamorada, but I may be wrong. I know he's down in the Keys. It's one of the Keys. I'm not sure which one. But we were hoping he would call in this morning and give us a fishing report from the Keys so we could hear what's going on down in the Keys. If you missed the early part of the show, Robert was on with me, Robert with Florida Fisherman Magazine. He's telling us that the mahi-mahi, what we call dolphin, nicknamed dolphin, not the bottlenose, not the flippers, but the mahi-mahi, the chicken of the sea, I think it is. I think it's better than tuna. They're rampant out there. So if you want to think about doing some fishing, think about catching some mahi-mahi. To me, it's one of the best fish. You can, just about any way you cook it, it tastes good. I've had it broiled, I've had it barbecued, I've had it fried, and it's always very tasty. Very, very good fish. So a lot of that going on out there. There's some other action going on out there between the Kings. Someone had told me some Kobe action. They saw some Kobe action down in off of the Fort Lauderdale area. Something for everybody today. Just be aware that it's going to be a scorcher. And no big warnings as far as any of the beaches. There's no huge riptide warnings or anything like that. Some of the beaches do have rocks, so be aware of that. But other than that, enjoy yourselves. If you're going to wear sunscreen, remember we have an alternative to that sunscreen. And the alternative is the Skeeter Beater product, and you can find them online as well. Well, thank you again. I appreciate it. And we'll be back in a week.